Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Doctor Who. This is Haarute, my name is Matt. Hello, what's up? Okay, so new Doctor Who 60-year specials. This is the second one. I am continuing to be very excited for this because last week we watched The Star Beast, which is I like that title, but it was a fantastic episode. We a lot of things happen in it, but mainly we got to see Donna back as well as Tennant as the Doctor back. It's really interesting to me because the 14th Doctor really just feels like a continuation of 10, and everything about Donna and what we did last week's episode was a continuation of like Journey's End and the End of Time. You know, it didn't feel like, hey, look at this, Catherine Tate and David Tennant are back again. It's like a cameo, and it's like, no, not really. It's literally just a continuation of what we had 15 years ago. It's great. I love it. Also, Russell T Davies made a storyline where a transgender character coming to terms with how they feel about themselves is like the thing that saves the episode at the end. This is pretty cool. And let me just say, because there was a little bit of confusion about this, like last week's episode, I got a number of comments from people being like, I can't believe they ruined Doctor Who again with this woke bullshit. And it's like, I started banning people. I just straight up started banning people. And it was like the entire gamut of like people complaining about shit. You know, there was like, this is trash and I hate it. And then there were people that said the classic, you know, well, I wouldn't mind it if they weren't so up in my face about it. And it was like, oh my fucking God, dude. So I just started banning people. And I will continue to do that if that continues to be an issue, which I feel like it might be mostly in this upcoming season. But if those people continue to show up because they don't have anything to do with their days, I will continue to get rid of them. So that is my promise to you. But okay, we should just start watching this. It came out earlier today, so I haven't seen anything about it. I woke up and I didn't check social media at all, and I'm just sitting here to watch it. So let's go and do that. Patreon, check out the Patreon link in the description below, pop up on screen. You can support the channel and watch full-length reactions for this episode as well as previous episode, and next episode should be the case as well. So yeah, go ahead and do that. And sure, let us begin. Doctor Who 60-year anniversary special number 2. Let's go.
Well, don't come back until you've had a very good idea, sir.
I shan't. Good day, Mrs. Mavity.
Actually, physics. Gravity. Oh shit.
Sorry, we're just slightly out of control. My friend Donna Noble, she just dropped some coffee into the console.
Yep.
Man holding an apple in 1666. Are you Sir Isaac Newton? Sir Isaac. Oh, not yet. Spoiler.
Yeah.
It's gotta be said, Mr. Isaac Newton, that you, above all others, can appreciate. You can appreciate.
Really don't. Oh, come on.
You can appreciate
The gravity of the situation.
There's something we just leave. Yeah, we just leave. Gravity.
What was that delightful word?
Gravity.
Mavity.
Mavity. I missed silly, stupid Doctor Who. I really did. It's my favorite fucking version of Doctor Who. I've heard people complain about the logo. I love it. Oh man, it's great that the intro had nothing to do with the rest of the episode. Well, I'm guessing it doesn't. We just left. Dude, this TARDIS keeps slamming into shit. Well,
Is it alright? Is it broken? Is it knackered?
it always repairs itself, but oyster belt.
Is it bad?
Oh, it's so sad.
Brand new.
It was.
Not your fault.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
We sang that in the choir in primary school, but Grant's complained. He said you shouldn't be teaching children that. It sounds all jaunty and fun, but it's not. It's the military going to war.
Giving me context. I know Sir Russell T Davies said that the Sneak Stew episodes might be a little bit more mature or not for children, so I wonder what this episode's gonna be.
There you go. Mending. Give it a bit of time.
You gotta leave your Sonic there though?
Spaceship?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's just see. Very big.
Pretty big. Distorted, which is concerning. That's something.
We can take it up.
Or we can stay here, wait for the TARDIS to mend itself so I can get back home. My family is waiting for me. Could be worse. We've got air, we've got light, we've got Mavity.
Did we just change that word forever? Okay, something's looking at us.
Was it me or was Isaac Newton hot?
A little bit.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
So hot. Oh, is that who I am now?
Well, it's never that far from the surface, mate. So,
Well, that's real bad.
you get it back, though.
That's real bad.
You can get the TARDIS back, can't you? Use the Sonic.
It was in the title. Mm-hmm.
Use that stupid head of yours and get it back. Oh, don't you look at me like that. It's your fault. I said, let's stay here, but you had to wander off.
You wandered with me.
Oh, like I could stop you.
You
Oh,
spilled
boy.
a cough. No.
We're not doing this.
Sorry.
No. Okay.
All right. What now?
Oh my God, where are we?
Oh.
Rose is waiting.
I will get you home. There is one. A mechanism on board the TARDIS called the HADS. Hostile Action Displacement System. If the TARDIS is in danger, it goes away. It only comes back once the danger is gone. I turned it off years ago, man. That won't run anywhere. Once the TARDIS is rebuilding itself, maybe click back on.
But that means we've landed in the middle of hostile action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something on this ship that's so bad the TARDIS ran away.
Yeah. We gotta.
Kick its ass!
That's my Donna.
Mrs. Bean, head of the choir. She said it's not a war song. It's jolly.
Mrs. Bean.
Well, something happened. It like reconfigured itself.
What was that?
Sure. That's fun. Let's go. Okay, it's a big robot. It's a chunky robot.
Have you got controllers listening? Hello?
It's
I'm the
broken.
doctor. This is Donna. We need help. We need to...
Oh, it's moving. It's like rusted and stuff.
Someone got a very old robot out of storage to walk very slowly down a very long corridor.
Maybe we should go the opposite direction. The robot is going the opposite direction. Like maybe it was a desperate attempt to save something or something like that. And the robot is very slowly walking in the direction and we're going the opposite one. I don't like this door. I'm worried.
Life science. No. Someone opened an airlock door 3 years ago, and then it closed.
Something got in. We are... Oh! How long is this? And what is this supposed to be?
Dust cloud? Or a Mavity well? Or fell through a wormhole?
Oh.
I'm sorry, Noah. The TARDIS was out of control. It's taken us to the edge of the universe.
Okay. There's nothing around because we're fucking gone.
If we flew in that direction, 100 trillion years to reach your house.
That's an airlock door that opened 3 years ago.
Yeah. What was that noise? Okay, it says something and it reconfigures.
A countdown or instructions.
It took a step at the moment it says.
Baseplate repetition filaments.
Okay.
Is that stuff dangerous?
I don't think so.
Not sure.
No.
Okay. Never mind.
We need to get it back on full power.
Don't leave me on my own.
Donna, there is no one else on board this ship.
Hostile action, remember?
That's true. Am I being split here? Oh.
Did it just get cold?
I think so.
What's the doctor doing?
Standing there in that alley, waiting for the TARDIS to come back. What if we never do? And then time will pass. I hope you get to know him.
I hope so too.
Yeah, that's not the doctor. I was wondering.
It's getting cold.
And that's not Donna. I was wondering because he was just sitting there not saying anything.
Your grandfather? What would he do?
Oh, but they know stuff.
Such a nice man. I'd love to see him again.
Okay, they know a lot. Do they absorb the memories when they transform? Not sure if these things are evil even. It feels like they're trying to just learn. And Donna Noble has never been so quiet in her life.
My arms are too long. Oh, we get hungry, don't we?
My arms are too long. Look,
Okay.
Are you Donna?
It's a scream from Donna.
how are you?
Yeah, he is. Okay. This is a freaky ass episode. Is this a real one? Yeah, okay. That's fucked up.
Do whatever you want. I just want to say it's very nice to meet you. I'm the doctor. This is Donna.
Because once I sort out the arms, then I have a problem with the jaw.
Oh.
How many knees? 2 in total? Or 2 on each leg?
Where did you come? We are not things.
But you.
Start driving to the back. Yeah, they can turn into whatever, so... Oh, there's some nightmare fuel shit. Oh, god damn it. I hate it. I hate them. They really are just nightmare fuel. Oh, god damn it. Why is Donna's face like that? Well, we're fucked. They got too big and they trapped themselves. They don't have any control over their form, or they have some control over it, but form is something that's weird to them. I hate those things.
Where's the extra mass come from?
It got colder,
Oh yeah, it got colder for a minute.
so they've got our memories.
Okay.
This fucked up.
Copies with memories and mass, but what I don't get is why do they hate us?
We should reason with them, try to make peace, welcome them to our side of the air. Maybe later.
This is fucked up, because if they can be anything... Oh, god damn it. And we're split.
I will find you!
Oh, but you can't trust anything you find, because it could be the Formless. I'm calling them the Formless. I like that name. You know, I understand when Russell T Davies said that these episodes maybe are not so much for children. That's some nightmare fuel shit right there. God damn it. Okay. Oh my god. This is the thing. This is just the thing. It's cold. Oh god, shit. Oh god damn it.
Look, I'm me.
So am I, that's not gonna work. How many hearts have I got?
But they have memories.
It's me. No, hold on, that doesn't work either.
The audience doesn't know whether or not they're real or not either.
Take the tile.
What's that gonna prove?
They might have a different perception of surface. Skin and clothes might be the same thing, so if we need another doctor with his tie, that's not me.
All 4 of us know it's Gallifrey.
Except it's not.
What do you mean?
You don't know where you're from.
How does anyone know? How does Donna know?
Yep.
When I was the Dr. Donna, I saw your mind. I've had 15 years without you, and I saw everything that's happened to you since, and oh my god, it hurt. We haven't stopped to talk. We haven't had a chance. Running from one thing to the next. I saw it.
You saw 4 billion years from Heaven Sent?
The flux.
It destroyed half the universe because of me.
We stand here now, on the edge of creation, a creation which I devastated. So yes, I keep running, of course I do. How am I supposed to look back on that?
It wasn't your fault.
I know!
I'm sorry.
Donna, is that you? All those years, I missed you.
I just couldn't keep it together. You are such a prize. In Southampton, which allowed my mother to say I was a problem from the day I was born. And I've not come to the edge of the universe to discover I'm still dealing with that. I'm definitely Donna. Where's your time?
What?
So where is it?
He lost concentration.
I see.
I hate it. Oh, the way it moves. I hate it. Okay, this was like a real doctor because it's suffering. Okay, I don't know. The robot takes a step. Like, maybe if we move the robot to the end of the hallway, something good will happen. Right, oh god, fucking damn it!
Copy of me, you're only fast because I am.
Oh, well, I can't follow any of this. And that is proof. I'm the stupid one.
That's very Donna.
That's so Donna.
Except
No.
Donna thinks she's stupid, and Sometimes she thinks she's brilliant. She thinks both. Because that's the astonishing thing about people from our planet. They can believe two completely different things at exactly the same time.
Rainbow.
Go.
Thank God.
Okay.
You can't cross salt. In our universe, it is said that vampires, demons, and ghosts cannot cross a line.
He's
of salt.
bullshitting.
It's a superstition, and it's true. Two things at once. You're lying. No more towards me.
I dare you.
Stop copying and make your own minds up. Cross the line.
She doesn't believe it. But you said I'm stupid and also brilliant.
Then which one is it, Donna?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, this is awesome.
You didn't get cold this time, which means you're acclimatizing.
Is that what you want? Escape?
I can offer you a trip for free.
The lack of light, passing no time, but we would feel it from so far away. Your noisy, boiling universe. We want to travel there, to play your vicious games and win. What's made you so bad? The things we felt, they shaped us. We could hear your lives of war, blood and fury and hate. They made us like this.
We are more than that. Love letters don't travel very far. And neither do your lives.
Oh. Thank you, Stone.
That's lucky.
It wasn't. They're already turning away. And this is like assuming that these are both the real ones, which I suppose we should assume, but you never know.
You're reading us, is that right?
What do we do?
The little smirk.
How can you not think on a ship full of questions? Why the empty chair?
Why do the walls keep moving?
What are the words in the air?
And why did the airlock open and close for you?
And what is that?
A person.
The captain of the ship. Caught in the gravity field.
Quit the what?
Gravity.
Gravity field.
Yeah.
Why?
Why is she in a spacesuit with no helmet? I know that place. You don't know. The captain did something you don't understand. But what?
What did she tell us? What did the captain tell us? The airlock door 3 years ago, that wasn't them coming in. That was her going out.
So they were already in here.
She killed herself.
Maximized autonomic brain function. Oh, well done, Captain! Because she knew! Even with a lost ship, if you were found one day, if you two ever reached the universe, you'd run riot across the stars! And you were already becoming copies of the Captain. You'd have owned this spaceship! She ended her life to hide whatever it is she left behind, because when she died, you hadn't completed her.
The robot!
The captain set out to slowly stop us. So the ship is slowly reconfiguring to become a very slow bomb.
Okay.
Countdown.
I said so! I said countdown straight away. It's that simple. The robot.
Yep. Well, we all gotta stop the robot now. Well,
So what's the robot? The robot is the trigger.
but how do we survive this is the thing.
Sorry, Donna. Countdown needs to speed up.
Is the plan to blow up and hopefully the TARDIS will show up at the last second and save us after we deal with the problem? I think the one that got punched was fake Donna, but I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. But like we're splitting, so it's difficult to know which one is which. Well, yeah, it would make sense for him to do this. Can't outrun that.
If he runs out of time, the hostile action ends. But a time machine would know.
Yep, the TARDIS would know. Donna, come in. He's right in the TARDIS, like the hoverboard.
It's the TARDIS that violated it!
Why is Mrs. Bean funny?
It's the name of a vegetable given to a woman!
Right, Donna, get in.
It is.
Please tell me that's the...
She's not me! I'm me! You've got the wrong one! Don't leave me here!
I'm worried. Oh, this Donna looks...
You're wrong.
Who knows? Well, this is a time machine, so... Jump over her. Yeah. that was clutch. That was real clutch. I got real worried for a second. Good job, Captain. Whew. All right. I got worried. I was like, they're not gonna kill Donna immediately after bringing her back in. But then I was like, wait, hold on. What if they do?
Oh, I keep thinking, I wish I hadn't done that thing with the salt. I invoked a superstition at the edge of the universe, where the walls are thin and all things are possible. Just got this feeling.
Which is gone. Fine, good. Onwards.
So, she could see my life and my mind and my thoughts for the past 15 years.
It's too much. It's like looking into a furnace. She had a great big outer space brain. She could make sense of it.
Yeah, maybe.
What did she see?
Things.
What's happened?
A lot.
You know, the usual.
But what really happened?
Let's talk. Come on.
You okay?
That's a real question.
I will be.
When?
1,000,000 years.
Ah, there we are, back home. Day or two out. Oh, my goodness, Donna!
Well,
I said so.
Wilfred Mott. Oh, now I feel better. Nothing is wrong. Nothing in the whole wide world.
I never thought I'd see you again after all these years. Oh, Doctor, that lovely face. I never lost faith. I said, he won't let us down. He'll come back and save us.
Save us from what?
what's behind?
It's everything. They're all going mad. Listen, you've got to do something, Doctor.
Something's happening to the people. Okay. Everyone get in the TARDIS. Alright. Oh, that's a good one. First of all, let me say, I'm very happy that Wilfred is here. So last week, when I watched The Star Beast, and they were talking about Will, and they were like, well, he's gone, but he's not dead, you know, he's hanging out. I thought that, well, they couldn't get the actor back because the actor was dead. And then I was like, well, maybe they filmed before that, but he probably wasn't doing well enough to, like, show up. So, like, I don't think he will be in it. They just decided, you know what, he's not going to be in it. Well, guess what? I'm fucking wrong. And it's fun because after last week's episode, after I watched The Star Beast, I actually saw an image of the actor Bernard Cribbins, I think that's his name, actually being at like the reading for The Star Beast. And I was like, well, he's not in The Star Beast, but he's clearly involved in a way. So I was thinking like, well, shit, like maybe he could show up. Like that. This is something I saw after I watched previous episode, you know, like 3 days ago, something like that. And he's passed away. He's passed away last year, but this was recorded a while ago. So they managed to get him in. He was still working right until the very end. It's fun because this is the ending of this episode and he's in it. But because of the way this worked, it looks like he's going to be a companion for the next episode as well. So episode 1, we get Donna. Episode 2, we get Donna and Will shows up. And then episode 3 is going to be Donna and Will. And it might be, you know, like Donna's family as well. You know, we're going to get Rose. We're going to get Sean. We're going to get Sylvia. That's her name, by the way. I didn't know that last week. Since then, I saw that her name was Sylvia. We're probably going to get them this upcoming episode as well. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm very happy to see Will, and I like that Will was like, it's you, and it's the same face, and the doctor looks so happy. That was great, but it was short-lived. You know, we only have a set amount of minutes to wrap this episode up and to set up the next one, so it's like, okay. Okay, but I'm very happy that Wilfred is here. There's joy in my heart for that old man. Let's talk about this episode. First of all, Mavity, good bit. I like that they changed the way time works and they said gravity, but they turn it into Mavity as many times as they could throughout the rest of the episode, except for the one joke that was like, the doctor said gravity, and then I was like, what? And the doctor's Mavity, you know? Like, they accidentally change the timeline just enough for a word to change, and it's no longer gravity, it's Mavity. And that's just a funny bit. That's just a funny 1.5 minute bit at the beginning of the episode that has nothing to do with anything else. But from this point forward, every single writer for this goddamn show, from now until the end of time, and now the episode, but just until the show fucking ends at some point, they have to use the word Mavity. Because we have to do a 1 minute gag where that's the joke. And it's a good one, I like it. But I will hold every writer for this goddamn show into the future to that rule, that it has to be Mavity. And if they fail to comply to that, I will be upset. And that will be a very notorious plot hole to me. I mean, the show is all plot hole, but I can complain about the funny ones. Okay, so this episode was fucking freaky and wild. I liked it. I said this during the reaction, but I understand now why Russell T Davies, and I mentioned this like at the very, very tail end of last week's episode. I saw that there was a news article where Russell T Davies says something like, episode 2 and 3 of the 60-year anniversary are going to be maybe not so much for children. The first one, yes, but not the second one, third one. And I was like, oh, maybe they're going to be a little bit more mature or something. I feel like the reason why he said that was because seeing the deformed Doctor and Donna turn into this like weird abominations, too much nightmare fuel for like an 8-year-old. They would watch it and they would be like, oh fuck, and they would just go like have nightmares and shit. Like that shit looked like analog horror, you know? Analog horror is this genre of horror in YouTube. A lot of it is like deformed images that you can just like stretch out and shit. Like that shit can be really scary, at least for me, you know? Like some people look at that and they're like, oh, that looks goofy. I hate it. I just genuinely hate it. In fact, like some of the faces that we saw the monsters turn into at the beginning of the episode, they had like bigger eyes and like bigger mouths from like one side to the other. Like it was very deformed. And that's like Let's Player YouTube thumbnail levels of like dumb bullshit. There's some YouTubers that make goofy faces, and how do you make a face goofier? Is by stretching the face on Photoshop in order to make it even more ridiculous. I always hated that shit. I hated it the first time I saw it, and then it became a trend, and I hated it even more. I think it looks fucking gross, and it's awful. So this episode tapped into that feeling a little bit of like, oh god damn it, what? It's so weird and freaky, I hate it. In general, something that's cool about this episode, it's an episode where there is no people there's only 2 actors in the entire episode. I mean, at the end we get more, but there's only 2 actors in the entire episode, and that's David Tennant and Catherine Tate. It's just the Doctor and Donna, and then the fake Doctor and the fake Donna. As the episode is going, I'm thinking like, what are the rules? And the rules are laid out for you like relatively quickly, but I didn't know that. And what I mean by that is that I was thinking like, none of these people are real. You know, I was thinking like, why there's only 2? There could be more. There could be like 10 of them. And like, there's gonna be a twist or something where it's gonna be like, I thought I was with the real Doctor, or I thought I was with the real Donna, but that was actually not the case. And it's like, no, just like, this is the Doctor, this is Donna, this is the fake Doctor, and this is the fake Donna. That's it. That's easier to follow. It's cool. I like that. But my brain was already going places immediately, because when you introduce something like this, it's fucked up. It's real bad. So, okay, these monsters, I am a little sad that they were just monsters, like they were just evil. But the Doctor is like, why are you bad? Why is that the case? And they explain that they can, eons away, they can hear battle and combat and all of the awful negative emotions and things that humanity does, or not just humanity, but just races. Because in the Doctor Who universe we have to talk about aliens and stuff, but they learn about all the horrible things that people do, and so that's what they have in their minds. That's what they think about. I mean, I'm gonna start like thinking about too hard about some monsters that just show up for one episode, and honestly I shouldn't. But I'm thinking like, well, if you had the Doctor's mind, if you had like Donna's mind, you would be able to understand why that's a bad thing. I suppose that's where a difference comes in, is that they maybe don't understand emotion as much. So maybe they wouldn't have the drive to be better people because they don't have that. That's asking a lot of questions for these monsters, and we're not gonna get an answer. But I really like the concept. like, this is just Among Us. Like, this is what this episode was. It was just Among Us. There's some imposters running around, and we have to figure out who they are. I do like the shape-shifting element of it, though. It's pure nightmare feel. It was the most present during the earlier section of the episode where they show up for the first time. And they're all fucked up, and the arms are fucked up, and then the entire shape of their body gets fucked up as they get bigger, and then they entangle themselves, and it's like, oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. When they are chasing them, it's so bad. I hated it. But it's real fun. Like, it was... it makes for an interesting monster, you know, like the shapeshifter that gains your memories and is trying to take your place and is trying to just escape. And like the thing is that I feel like we need to introduce the fact that they want to do war, they want to destroy things, because if we didn't, then the doctor would be like, well, just I'll give you a ride. Like I don't mind just giving you a ride, just be good. But no, they very clearly just want to be bad. So the episode kept me at the edge of my seat. Every scene, I was just like, God damn it, who's real and who's not? There were like 2 scenes where they started talking to one another. In one of them, there were 2 different pairs. And then in the other one, all 4 of them were in the same room. And every time that they walked into one another, I was like, God damn it. Because I was already dreading having to have that interaction where we have to decipher who's fake and who isn't. And in my mind, I'm thinking maybe all of them are fake. I don't know what the rules are. So I was just sitting here freaking out about like not knowing what the fuck is happening, and then having to somehow find a solution. I mean, I'm not the doctor in this situation. I'm not finding a solution. I'm just watching it happen. But I still feel that anxiety of like, fuck, not again. The moment that Donna said, I'm stupid, I was like, that's not Donna. Because like Donna would think very highly of herself. But then she's like, no, but I would think I'm stupid. And then I'm like, well, yeah, she would. There would be like the self-doubt in herself. But I feel like Donna would never accept the fact that somebody would agree with her and the fact that she's stupid, I feel like. So the doctor was like, hold on. And I don't know if she would be vulnerable in this specific situation. I feel like she would just be angry. So I feel like the doctor like immediately questioning that, and then explaining, well, Donna thinks she's stupid, but she also thinks she's fucking brilliant, because Donna is just like that, and humans are kind of like that, actually. And then Donna immediately looked at him, and she was like, that sounds like the real doctor. And the doctor was like, that sounds like the real Donna. And they just hugged, and then they were like, all right, let's do some assault. Okay, so at the end, the doctor was like, I feel like I did something wrong there. And it could be like the doctor breaking superstition, something like that. But what my mind immediately thought was, you introduce belief into something that didn't have belief before, you know? Belief is the same as faith, but these people didn't have belief before. It was just factual, because why wouldn't it be? Introducing belief to something can actually give it a lot of power, because a lot of what people do is belief-based. I would have thought that would have been the reason why the doctor was like, oh, maybe that was a bad thing. And I still think that, but at the same time, those 2 monsters fucking died. I don't know if that would matter at all, but maybe it's just something else more ominous, you know? It's just the idea of like, you know, I broke superstitions, so maybe it was something bad's gonna happen now. And like, here's the thing. I feel like something bad is going to happen. And that's the elephant in the room that we all have to address here. Is that something bad is going to happen. The reason why I say that is because the show is treating the 60-year anniversary series of specials as just another era of the show. And in some ways it is. But it is only 3 episodes long. And that's the problem. Is that immediately as soon as these specials come to an end, we're going to move into the 50th Doctor. And that means 10 is gonna die again next week. Actually, I think so. We're gonna be getting a Christmas special, actually. So we're not just gonna get 3 specials. We're gonna get a 4th one. We're just gonna have a little bit of a break in between them. But David Tennant is gonna die in one of them. Like that's what's gonna happen. Because David Tennant is only here for a couple episodes, as well as Donna. This is the 60th anniversary special because it is a special that we're bringing up back the whole crew for one last ride. But that means that something's gonna happen, and the Doctor's gonna have to die and regenerate again. So that sucks. So this next week's episode, that weirdly elevates the stakes here, because we only have 3 episodes. I'm thinking anything could happen. So in this episode, I was like, are they gonna kill Donna? Like, they wouldn't kill Donna immediately after bringing her back again. But then I was like, but what if they did though? Like, it was just like they could. They could. It would suck, but they could. Like, there is a world where the Doctor could have gone back alone. He has to deliver the bad news, and Wilfred becomes the companion for the next episode, the final episode. And half of the episode is just spent in grief. And then due to the grief, the Doctor also sacrifices himself at the end, and that's why he regenerates. Like, something like that. I don't fucking know. But it's like, I can see that happening. That could have happened. So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, so when at the end of this episode, the ship is exploding, and Donna is coming at her, and I'm sitting here like, is it? Because, and it's not happening. It's just approaching slowly. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that is just a time machine. It can theoretically show up in front of her right before the explosion gets to her, because we're not seeing it happen just yet. And that's exactly what happened. But boy, I was worried for a second there. I really was. But the fake Donna managed to fool the real Doctor for a second there. But he eventually ended up finding out just because of a wrist being like a little bit 0.06 millimeters too long, I think. That's what he said. Man, we spent a lot of time in the episode without actually encountering the monsters, I feel like. I'm looking at the episode again, and it's like 40% when the copies show up and they deceive each other. I like that I was able to know what the fuck was happening before they showed it to me, because when the Doctor came into the room and Donna was talking about herself and the Doctor was just like squatting and listening and smiling, I was sitting there looking at that, and I was like, I said, what is the Doctor doing? Because immediately my mind goes to like, what is he doing? Like, he should be working at the other room. Did he finish? I feel like the Doctor wouldn't just shut up in this conversation. I feel like the 14th Doctor is kind of, he listens and he understands, but he would interject. And also, he didn't say anything since he came into the room. He was just sitting there and squatting and smiling and nodding. And I'm sitting there like, this scene is weird. This doesn't feel like a real conversation, and there's no reason for him to be acting that way. So I was like, this is a fake Doctor. And then it cuts to the next scene, and the Doctor is still working in the other room, and I'm like, it was a fake one. It was a fake one. I fucking knew it. And then fake Donna rolls in, and I'm like, god damn it, fuck this episode. I really like this concept, you know, the fake people that are trying to deceive you and thinking that they're the real ones. Like, the thing is that we've already done fake people before. Like, there were the Matt Smith episodes with the Flesh. There was the real creepy woman that turned into like a weird fucked up flesh monster that was just nightmare fuel. And there was also a fake Matt Smith, but then there was also one of the Flesh turned into a real human and took the place of the real human that died and went to live the rest of his life alongside his child or whatever. And I think that was a fun exploration. So I didn't immediately think that these fake copies weren't necessarily bad, but then they were really bad. So they were like, well, shit, they're just bad. Like, I have to say, even though it took a while before the monsters show up, I really enjoyed the slow build-up, you know? Characters just talking and being fun together, because that's honestly what I want to see with this duo, with Tennant and Catherine Tate here. It just feels right, you know, the Doctor and Donna. I really wanted to see this again. So just spending time with them, just hanging out. And that's also part of this episode, is the fact that there's only the two of them. And even the monsters turn into them, and them try to trick each other into believing that they are the real or the fake ones. This episode is pure Doctor and Donna. And then monsters that also turn into Doctor and Donna. So it's perfect. Like, this is a real fun idea to execute right now when all the audience wants to see is Dr. Donna. I like that Isaac Newton was weirdly hot. I like that they said that. And I like that he actually did what kind of was. Also, the 14th Doctor is bisexual, canonically speaking. The 14th Doctor is bisexual. Russell T. Davies just had to stick that one in there, isn't it? Like, Russell T. Davies, I'm very excited for this era of the show, because it really feels like he's just gonna, every time he can, he's just gonna sneak one in there. It's really good. We do have a thing where the fake Donna talks to the Doctor, and she explains how when she was the Dr. Donna, she was able to
know and see all of the things that happened in his life since the last time they saw each other. Okay, sure, I believe that. And like the thing is that she tricks the doctor by appealing to a sense of, I feel like shit over what happened and I want to talk to someone about it. And this is my best friend in the whole world, Donna, and she's making me talk about it. And he's like glad that that's the real Donna, and then he can talk to someone about it. And then it turns out it's fake, and it is heartbreaking to him, and it sucks. Then that comes back at the end of the episode where the doctor mentions that again. The real Donna is like, no, I don't know what you're talking to me about. Like, maybe her weird alien brain could parse through it, but when I turn into Dr. Donna, I just, it was like looking into an open furnace. I couldn't make sense of it. And I don't know if she was lying or not. That's the thing. She could be lying, but I feel like maybe she wasn't. Because then she started talking to the doctor. She was like, are you okay? The doctor is like, I will be. When? In a million years. And Donna's, she's trying really hard to just get to him. And then the doctor is like, and we're home. And it's like, you timed that perfectly to avoid the awkward conversation, didn't you? And it's like, yep, that's what he does. But that sucks because the doctor really needs someone to talk to. And who better than fucking Donna? Like, that's his best friend, man. Come on. He ran away from it. But after you see that he really clearly wanted to engage with the fake Donna, it is a little bit heartbreaking. It's a bit sad, I'm not gonna lie. He also mentioned that, well, the thing that got him the most actually was the flux. He mentioned the flux, which is just last season. It's a little bit funny to me because I feel like, I'm not gonna lie to you, the flux wasn't very good. I feel like that season of Doctor Who wasn't that great. I didn't dislike it. It was just, I don't remember most of it. And I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. The fact that I don't remember most of it is like, it's a bummer. Like, because I feel like that season really, this is the problem with the Chibnall era of the show. Weird, immediate hard swerve to do into complaining about something, but I think Chris Chibnall is an amazing writer when it comes to character drama. But Flux was him focusing on not character drama, which I think are the weakest parts of his writing repertoire. Like, he's writing about the flux that is consuming half the universe. He is writing about the timeless child and the origins of the timeless child. It's like this weird sci-fi mythos. And it's just like, I don't think that really matters too much. I don't care for it much. He introduced this like weird two alien villains, and I literally don't know anything about them. I don't remember jack shit. I remember vaguely what they look like, which is just like weird, freaky skeleton monsters with like something protruding out of their heads. I don't remember what their deal was. I don't remember nothing. And it's like, and I don't know, it didn't feel like anything that happened in Flux had the gravitas that should have had. I just think it bid on too much. Like, it tried to do too many things, and I didn't think it accomplished much of any. There was like one episode that I really liked. I think it was the Village of the Angels. I kind of like that one. And beyond that, the one part I liked was when Yaz, Dan, and I forgot the name of this guy, but I really liked them. I really liked this character, the guy from the Village of the Angels. And then he started traveling alongside Yaz and Dan, and he kind of became like a temporary companion. I like that they were traveling across the world in the past, like they were their own adventuring group in the past, and I really enjoyed that. But I think that the main plot of Flux was not something that I care much about. So when the doctor or the fake Donna mentioned the Flux, I was like, yeah, okay, the Flux. And then I thought that they were gonna list more things, and in my head I was thinking like, y'all seen Heaven Sent? Y'all saw the doctor punching a wall for 4.5 billion years? Because that would break your brain. Just like look into his brain and you see a wall and then nothing else. Just wall punching, wall punching, wall punching, and then some other stuff. Because in context, it's crazy. But then I also don't know whether or not the doctor lived through those 4.5 billion years, because it was technically a copy. But I also don't know if it was really real. So it's just weird to me. But he does remember every time. He says he remembers every time. I don't know. You haven't said, we don't talk about it. Even though it's the best rated Doctor Who history of all time, by the way. Like, I read this actually, there was, I think this month, well, last month, November Doctor Who magazine did a poll for what is the best rated, the most liked story by the Doctor Who magazine readers. And the readers submitted in their votes, and Heaven Sent was number one. As it should be. It's fucking good. It slaps. Anyway, so when they mentioned the flux, I thought they were gonna list more things. And then they said just the flux, and then the Doctor is like, half the universe died because of me. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that did happen, didn't it? Like, and that was weird. That was such a weird feeling because I watched that season, and then I watched it last year. And then when they said that, I was like, I guess half the universe did die. I guess that was the thing that happened. But like, it didn't have the gravitas, it didn't have the importance of an event of that magnitude happening for me to be able to like feel anything towards it. So I just didn't remember it. And that's the thing about memories too. This is a weird subject to go into, but if you care about something, you will make memories about it. And in order for you to care about something, it has to like somehow appeal to one of your emotions. You have to have some kind of heightened emotions in the moment in order for you to process what's happening and remember that moment that you were in when it happened. If you're just passively just absorbing information and the information is not doing anything for you, you're not gonna remember that shit. At least I don't. So when I'm watching Flux, I guess half the universe did die, but it didn't really mean anything because it wasn't actually shown to you how important that would have been. Even though when you say half the universe dies, it's like, oh shit. But at some point, words just become words. You have to actually show me what it is like. Because Flux, I don't think actually made me care. I didn't remember anything about it. So then in this episode, when they bring that up, I'm like, shit, I guess that did happen. I don't remember. And I feel bad that I don't remember, but like, I have to be honest, like, that season really didn't do a lot for me. Power of the Doctor did a ton for me because I cared. I cared so goddamn much about everything that was happening in Power of the Doctor. I watched Classic Doctor Who. I watched fucking Earthshock. So when Peter Davison said Adric, I was weeping. And then I was like, oh, Sylvester McCoy is going to show up and he's going to talk to Ace. And then that's exactly what happened. And I was just a mess. I was just sobbing. I was just about to die on camera, live. So then I was really weakened for when Graham showed up. I was like, oh, fuck, shit, what are you doing here? And even at the very beginning of the episode, I saw Sophie Aldred in the credits. And I was like, hold on. And then Ace showed up. And then she put on the jacket and the baseball bat. And this Power of the Doctor was amazing for me. But it was because it was appealing to something that I cared about already. Flux should have made me care about something new, and it didn't. And I think that's the problem with that. Anyway, that was a weird tangent to go into. But like, the Doctor or Donna mentioning in this episode that really made me realize how events in the Doctor Who like canon universe like happen, and they kind of don't really have a context for how important they are. And the way that they become important is by actually showing you emotionally why they are important. Anyway, that's what I think. Sorry, not to like, I know people love to complain about Chris Chibnall and his writing, but when I say that he's a fantastic writer in character drama, I mean it, because he's written some of the best episodes of Torchwood. The hardest I've ever been sad, and I think cried, in this show, in my channel, is watching Torchwood Season 2 finale Exit Wounds, written by Chris Chibnall. I love that episode. It's so fucking good, and it's good because of character drama. Some of these interactions between these characters in this like heightened moment of emotion is what he's good at. I think he wrote the episode Adrift, which fucked me up. It fucked me up because it fucks you up. It's such a good Torchwood episode. So like, sorry, this is a weird Chibnall tangent, but when people say that Chris Chibnall doesn't know how to write, like that's just not true. But I think that when he started working on Doctor Who, he put a lot of his focus into, you know, like, oh, Doctor Who has to be like this sci-fi stuff. We have to go to places, we have to meet aliens, and we have to make the show accessible to all ages, so it has to be a little bit for kids, you know? So it like became a little bit more safe and simple. And it also started going in a direction where we have to make all of this like fantasy stuff, all of this sci-fi stuff, all of these aliens and stuff. When I think that if you just make a grounded Doctor Who episode with nothing but character drama, it would That's what Heaven Sent is. There's like a little bit of like weird sci-fi stuff in it, in the fact that the Doctor uses a teleporter to show up again and punch a wall for 4.5 million years. Sure, whatever, man. But like the reason why Heaven Sent is so fucking good is because it's a character drama with Peter Capaldi thinking about Clara. Anyway, so character drama good. I guess this is where I'm coming from here. I wish Flux had a little bit more of that. And to come right back up to this episode, I mean, there were sci-fi mysteries in this episode, but a lot of this episode, all of this episode, was just the Doctor and Donna talking to each other, was just interactions, and even facing monsters that you need to know the other person in order to identify which one is the fake one and which one is the real one. So that's fun. I like I have this specific like shot. I was coming through the episode. I have this specific shot of David Tennant when Donna said, well, fake Donna said, well, we haven't stopped the talk. We haven't had a chance, talk about what happened to the Doctor. And the Doctor has this face that I really like because it is just an old face, isn't it? It looks exactly like the 10th Doctor looked like during like Waters of Mars. Like, I remember that face. It's the face of someone who's like, has a lot to say and is really traumatized and sad. He's just sad, but he doesn't want to say anything. So he's just looking at you. And it's like this very particular expression. And it's just like David Tennant is just doing it, the exact same expression. And I'm just being taken back to that exact moment in like Waters of Mars at the end when he's talking to, I think her name was like Adeline or something like that. And he looks so sad, but he looks like he's diverting all of his sadness into like the Time Lord Victoria stuff. But you can see in his eyes that he's fucked up. And I really like that. It's a really good expression. And I like that I'm just being reminded to the past here. Exact same thing because it's the exact same face. But it's like, man, David Tennant is just so fucking good. Like he can just do that. He can just slip back into the exact same character 15 years later. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it. Man, I've been talking for like 45 minutes. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this reaction to Doctor Who. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in, and see you guys next time. And alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode to Doctor Who. If you'd like to watch full-length reactions for all of these Doctor Who episodes, you can do so over the Patreon. Check out the link description below, social media. This is the cool stuff that I do, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye bye.